to make a nav bar, what you would want to do is add a div. Remember, all your content's going to exist in a div because a div is a... You guys are tough. What's a div? It's a box to put content in. All of your stuff is in boxes. So what I would do here is I'd do a div. I would give it an ID of nav. All right, and then I'll just close that off here. Okay, close my div. So now I have a box with all my navbar stuff in it. Now if you go to a website, right, what are these things? Are they p tags, images? What do we think those are? You can click them. Links. Those are links, right? So what we'd want to do at the very basic is I would just want to use links here. So I'm going to do an A tag. I'm not sure if you remember this, but we'll give it an href. Now, your things don't actually link anywhere, so if you put a hashtag there, that's a good way of having it link to nowhere, just a hashtag, right? And then, why am I making a link? Just do the right thing. Doing it right. Plus, they ought just if you really want the technical answer, p tags and other tags. Also, I'm talking to you here. They stack. A tags go next to each other. You know how a navbar they're right next to each other. Just makes your life easier. So we'll do a home. So I'm making a coding website. All right. So we'll just do 4 of these. So I'm putting these 4 inside of my div. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Home. Classwork. What other things would I have? Videos. About me. All right. I'm going to press play here. So what do you guys see up there? Yeah. Those are the links, right? Right. We're going to remove all that, but we're going to make it look nice now. So the next part of this is, remember, I have a div named with an ID of nav, and we should give these all a class. So I'll give these a class of links, and let's make that go now. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. Why am I giving these a class? Yeah, to group them together so I could style them all the same thing, right? All right. Next thing. Over here, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to give my navbar a background color. What color do we want our coding class background to be? I'll just do black because it's kind of a standard color that people use. Okay, and then I'll color my links. Now, you said they're ugly, right? Someone said they were ugly?
Yeah.
Let's just take that text decoration and you put none. That's a decoration. So now if I put that there, you guys see how it's black? You can kind of see those things there? Looks gross, but you can kind of see it. It's black background. The underlines are gone. What do you think color should I make the text so if I want to see it? Let's say white. You could see pink, but you can kind of see it better there. All right, so this is really ugly. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do something called float left, which means you're going to float everything to the left. Think of everything in CSS is flowing towards like a different place. If you say float left, it makes sure that everything kind of moves towards the left. And then I'm going to add a little spacing. It's called padding. Padding is going to add a little space because right now you can see they're too close together. Let's do 18 pixels of spacing. Let's see how this looks. What happened? Who broke it? Overflow hidden? All right, we're back in business. You guys see that? Okay, so it's looking okay. Now I'm just gonna do a little, let's just make the font, I'm gonna say font size. Let's make it 18 pixels as well. Let's see how that looks. Text size? It's font size, right? No, it's font size. And then let's just do one last thing. Let's do a hover effect. So you know when you hover over things, they usually change color? If you say dot links, colon hover, now I can make it so the color, let's do background. Someone said green earlier. We'll change the background to green. I'll make the color, it'll stay white. So here we go. Let's see how our site looks. All right, so now I have a nav bar looking great. Okay? Now you could add a logo there if you wanted. I'm not going to do that, but that's the long and short of it. So does anyone have questions about my nav bar? Great question. You would add an input. Simple as that. All right? Now it's going to look terrible. So if you look here, you see how that input popped up? And then what you would do is like look online, just say like styling a search bar, and it'll show you how to style the input. That's it. See, I have a little input there. Yeah, you'll learn how to style it yourself. Okay, so next part. I said I'd do a splash. Very simple. Now my splash I'm going to put inside the container. So I'm going to do this, div ID equals container. And my container is where I set up my grid. Does anyone remember the lines of code of how to set up a grid? You're getting there. So the first thing you say is display grid template columns. For me, I'm just going to do 3 of them, 1FR, 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 grid template rows. And I only have 1 row right now. We'll add on to this next time, but I'm just going to do grid template rows. I'm going to do 500 pixels. That's like a nice big row for that first one. And then grid gap 10 pixels. All right, beautiful. Great. Next thing. Inside my grid, I'm now going to add my splash. I'm going to put a div there. Remember, that's the box. This div is where I'm going to put that image. So I'm going to say ID equals splash. And now it's time to style it. So over here, I'm going to say splash, and I'm going to add a background, a URL. Now, I'm going to be lazy here. Instead of putting an actual file, I'm just going to download it. Coding GIF. Let's see here. Okay, that's for my website. You can use GIFs, by the way. Oh, I'll just do copy image address. Nope, copy image address. Good. Okay, check it out. Let's see how it looks. What do you guys think? How's it look? Terrible. It's supposed to span all the way across. Your splash goes all the way across. So I'm not sure if you remember this, but to make it go across, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say, well, first I'm going to make it the size of the whole thing. So I'm going to say background size cover, and then I'm going to say grid column. I'm going to make it go all the way across. That's 1 to 4. I know the start and stop, and now I have my website. So this is the start of my website. If I wanted to add some text on top of this, you might be wondering, like, why do you add the image as the background? So I could do this. H1. I would say, welcome to coding class. I go here. Let's go this, H1. Color, white, text, transform, uppercase, font size, 50 pixels. Ready, almost done. And then, margin, top, 50 pixels, text, Allah, no, center. And let's see how this looks. That's my coding class website. All right, so this is basically how you do it. So now I have my things, I have my welcome to coding class, and maybe if I had my cards now, I'd say, learn about Python, learn about Java, learn about web design, whatever it is. Okay? So I'm gonna send you this video and this code in a second, and you guys can start yours. Now just to tell you,